Going over to question number 9, we want to always start with the prompt whenever possible, and that's this part right here. Which choice states the main idea of the text? So let's try to read this for main idea. To understand how these artists navigated dark caves, this archaeologist and her team tested different lighting methods in a cave using replicas of artifacts found in European caves. They tested 3 different light sources: torches, animal fat lamps, and fireplaces, determining that each likely had a specific purpose. For instance, the team learned that the animal fat lamps were less useful than torches while walking because the lamps didn't illuminate the cave floor. So, we're trying to understand how the artists in this period navigated the dark caves. So, they tested different lighting methods and they found information, for instance, that fat lamps were not so useful because they didn't illuminate the floor. That was one example. So let's look at the answers now. A says the team's study demonstrated that fireplaces were essential. We didn't really see anything about the high value of fireplaces compared to the other methods. B, they discovered that the cave artists in Spain use animal fat lamps more often. Well, that's the opposite. We saw that those were the ones that were less useful because they didn't illuminate the floor. C, they were reluctant to draw many conclusions from their study because of the difficulty they had replicating light sources based on known artifacts. Well, we didn't see anything about reluctance. Reluctance is hesitance. And we didn't really see anything about the difficulty replicating light sources based on the known artifacts. We see that they took cues from the known artifacts and they easily replicated their own. So C doesn't really fit. D, they tested Paleolithic light sources and learned some details about how the artist traveled within dark caves. That makes a lot of sense. What we learned was that the fat lamps must not have been what they used, they must have used something else. So the answer here is D.